welcome to the Sanctuary, a safe space to speak from the hearts. I'm your host, Israel, and today, super excited to have the artistic director, trombonist, composer, my friend, super awesome human being, Andrew Jackson. Thanks for coming to the Sanctuary today.
Yeah, I'm not better. Thanks for having me on again.
So, like, we are on the Halifax Jazz. Well, first off, thanks for bringing Killer Mike to Halifax. I don't know how you guys did it, so I'm going to start with that. How did the Killer Mike thing happen?
Yeah, well, we I always refer to it as like you go fishing. It's like you go throw your line in, and sometimes you get the big fish. So he's doing a lot of Canadian dates, so it lined up where he's coming from the west and coming out east, and so it just lined up for the perfect date.
Yo, man. He just won. His album actually did the sweep at the Grammys, and
Yeah.
it's my favorite album of the like in a very, very long time. I remember when that album first came out, Mike. I listened to it like almost every song is like he's telling the story of his life.
Mhm.
And yo, super excited that he's coming and I can't wait for that show.
Yeah.
So who else should we be expecting at this year's Halifax Jazz Fest?
Oh my gosh! I mean, there's so many different acts performing from our headlining artists, down to a lot of the local music that we have. But some of the other highlights that we have on the main stage, we've got a group called Fits and the Tantrums on a Wednesday night, big party band. They're well known on TikTok for their "Clap Your Hands" video. We got Emmy Lou Harris. A lot of people are talking about. So uh, that's going to be a big show for us as well. We got Charlotte Day Wilson, who's coming through with her band. She used to live here in Halifax at one point, but she's just continued to grow as an artist as well. Another band that we've got coming from the States is called The War and Treaty as well.
Oh wow.
They're a really awesome band. They've got some like gospel influences, mixed with blues and Americana, and it's got some jazz sounds to it as well. So those are some highlights from our main stage. So it's just gonna be an amazing 6 days.
Something I didn't touch last time we talked was like as an artistic director, whenever you go to a festival, there's like an executive, like there's that title. What does it entail? Say I want to at one point when I grow up become an artistic director. What are some things I need to work on, and what exactly does an artistic director do?
Yeah, so the main roles in my job are booking the artists and putting together the schedule. So there's lots of different things that come with it. I mean, for me, I just kind of learned by experience of doing it. But it is a lot of figuring out what is out there and knowing what you think is going to connect with your local community. So um, you know I'm always constantly needing to stay engaged with what's popular, or what's trending, or what could be possible for our audience here. So really staying engaged, listening to tons of music is really important, and just making sure that you're engaged with lots of different communities of people as well. Because our festival, we try to offer something for all sorts of different people. So knowing what's gonna make an impact in different areas is really important as well.
Mm. So what I guess comes into picking the artist?
Yeah, so just expand on what I was saying. Like we want to have a different kind of theme every night of the festival. So I always want to have like a night of hip hop, or an R&B act, or maybe something for an older audience as well. So that comes into it as well. And I think where we are on the East Coast, it's not necessarily the easiest place to get to. So being able to work with other festivals, especially from across the country, like when an artist is coming from the United States, they don't want to be crossing back and forth across the border, because that's there's a lot that goes into that. So connecting and networking with other festivals across the country that happen around the same time is a really important way that we do that. So for Killer Mike, like I said, he's coming across the country on a tour. Emmylou Harris is playing at Newfoundland after she performs here. So just making sure that we're staying in touch with those folks and lining up a tour is important, because it's a big country.
Canada is freaking huge. So when the other thing that comes into it are the venues, like, we have the main stage, but then we have like the church and the park. How do you decide on where these events take place, and what comes into coordinating all that?
Well, a big thing for us is, we need to make sure that our venues are accessible, from like a physical standpoint and all the other factors. So that's the main priority for us, is to make sure that everyone's able to get into the venue. Um, there's lots of other factors of knowing what the capacity of the venue is, to make sure that's the right fit for the artist that we've got coming. So we use St. Matt's Church as a venue because we know they've got a beautiful grand piano there. It's the right size for the artists that we're bringing in, and we know that it'll have good sound for what we're doing there. So those kind of things, and we kind of want to spread the love around to venues that are doing music year round as well. So supporting people that are doing it all year too.
Wow. It's like, okay, last year's Jazz Fest happened, and pretty much the engine started moving for the next one. So I'm guessing, kind of from a selfish point now, from a selfish place now, is if an artist is like, I see myself playing at the Jazz Fest someday in the near future. What is kind of the life cycle like? How do they start preparing to get there? What are some tips you can share?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, we're fortunate that with the festival that we're able to offer opportunities to like, well-seasoned artists, but as well artists that might be emerging. So that's a big thing for me, is like I want to give opportunities to new artists as well. So I think, just having your what we call you like a press kit together or something like that is really important, just so that I know, so like I can see what the show is. One thing I always encourage, especially local artists, are to invite me to your show, and that's a big way for me to be able to get an understanding of what it's all about. And all the, if someone invites me to their show, I'm inclined to go. If I'm free to make it, I'll go check it out. So I think that's a big way to do it. We do have an application process that works for all of our local programming and daytime programming. Um, so I encourage people to check that out. It opens in October, and it's free to apply to the festival. And that's a great way, because then they go through that list of artists to check out what's on there as well.
So, an artist applies, when it's open. What happens on your end? What are the things you do that comes to finally deciding on the people that actually apply to come on the Jazz Fest?
Yeah, so we do engage with the programming committee. So we have a group of music industry experts and knowledgeable people that I consult with as artistic director, who offer their opinions on what they think should go into the festival. And then when I'm putting together the final lineup, I like to have a real variety, and I'm often thinking about the flow of how an afternoon's going. Let's say, we have our shows at the Hydrostone on the weekend, and I like to have a real variety, and something that will, like I said, will engage different audiences, but that everyone will enjoy. So even if someone's not familiar with an artist, I know that they're going to see this person and really enjoy it as well, and so that helps support everyone.
Oh, so before we started this, I said the engine is churning. What's left to do for the next couple of weeks before we have all these artists and the Halifax Jazz Fest opening?
Yeah, so right now, we're really fortunate that we've got a great team of people. So the festival team really expands to a little bit of a larger group of people that have been working the festival for a year. So a lot of just the small logistics and making sure that we got all the artists that are traveling away here, and making sure that they've got all of their flights and accommodations all sorted out, and then we've got right equipment for what they need to do. So yeah, it's just a lot of the small pieces that we're organizing. And then of course, leading up to the festival, there's a lot of things that you can't predict that might come up. So we're always just preparing for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, this partnership with TD has been very amazing, and it's ongoing. How do you maintain that partnership?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate that we have the support of the teeny bank group, and we continue that going. I think they like what we're doing by getting lots of audiences out there to see their brand and our brand as well, and of course, we make sure that our site is looking good and making sure that we know people, let our audiences know that TD are supporting us as well. So that's a major part of that.
Oh, another thing I noticed is the 50-50 is like I'm actually playing this year's 50-50.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
I love
Um
to.
so one thing that really stands out is like the donations that people give. What would be a pitch for people that might not think of donating, but we know that the Halifax Jazz Fest needs this donation, even if they have the support of like a TD and the rest.
Yeah, so we are a not-for-profit organization. So I don't know if anyone has any like images of that the Jazz Festival raking in tons of money, but I can tell you that's certainly not the case, and it's done purely for the love of the music and presenting that to the people. So yeah, for this thing to keep on going, I mean, every year things get more and more expensive. Um, so, like infrastructure, bringing in the giant stage and just, everything is more expensive. Travel for artists is more expensive. So we really rely on the support of donations and of course of our sponsors. And I think that's important for us because one thing that's really important for us is to be able to offer ticket prices that are relatively affordable. If you look at some of the other ticket sellers out there, like, prices are insane
Yeah.
for tickets. So we really pride ourselves on being able to offer uh, affordable or more affordable to ticket prices. So, by supporting the festival through donations, that's a big way that we can keep going in that direction.
Mm, mm. Last time I didn't touch it was on a congrats on all the success and all the awards. Like, but on a personal note, when the intense train that is the Halifax Jazz Fest kind of slows down for a bit before it ramps up again. Are you working on anything? Are you composing anything? Are you like, do you even have any time for that at all?
Well, once not for the next couple of weeks, I'll be pretty much just focused on the festival. Well, not to try. I'm going out to play at a bunch of festivals, but yeah, I'm looking forward when the festival's over to actually playing pretty much every weekend at different music festivals across the Maritimes, and of course, I think I'm gonna take some time to go to the beach and turn off my phone for a few days.
Oh man, it's always wonderful to talk with you, Andrew. And I want to say thank you. I can't wait to see Killer Mike. That's like I can't wait to see. And his performances, at least what I've seen on YouTube, have been great so far. So I can't wait to see him live. Thank you so much for the work you do and for the team and everyone behind you. Thank you for the amazing thing you have planned for the Halifax Jazz Fest. And thank you for coming to the sanctuary today.
Yeah, I appreciate you. And if people want to get tickets, they can go to our website, halifaxjazzfestival.ca.